Hey guys, this is the 15th video in the LibGDX desktop tutorial. So in the last video, we've done the high score state, and what this does is basically writes all the high scores to a file and then reads it back in whenever we need it. So I was looking for the high scores file before over here in the package explorer, and I couldn't find it because it was actually in the desktop project, and here it is. Just refresh this and you'll see the high scores over there. I don't know why it has the Half-Life symbol there for some reason. So if you open it up in a text editor, you'll see that it's just kind of gibberish here. So you won't be able to just open this up and then try to edit the high scores or whatever. So yeah, in this video we're going to be adding high scores to the high scores list. In order to do that, we're going to need to create the fourth and final game state, and we're going to call this one the GameOverState. This is where you go after you lose all your lives, pretty much. Extends game state. Public GameOverState, game state manager, GSM, super GSM, and we need the 5 methods. Update, draw, handle input, and dispose, and just import that. Okay, so let's get started with this GameOverState. Private sprite. Oops. First off, let's just go ahead and add it in the game state manager. Over here, public static final int game over. Again, it could be whatever. And over here in set state, if state is equal to game over, then game states is equal to new game over state this, and import that. Or game state is equal to new game over state this. Okay, and in order to get to the game over state, we get there from the play state once the player has died. So back in play state, in update, over here, update, if player is dead, if player.getLives is 0, if we have no more extra lives, we're going to go, instead of back to the menu, we're going to go to the game over state. But before we do that, we're going to do save.gd.setTentative_score player.getScore, and this is the score. Again, if you remember from the previous video, the tentative score is the score that we're going to check basically to see if it's one of the high scores. And for some reason, oh, this should be long. So go back into game data. Where is it? Here. Set tentative high score. This should be long L or long I, whatever, just long. It has to be a long, not an int. So that's fixed. And we might as well just stop all music here as well. Jukebox.stop all this, and probably return, or it's going to return anyway down here, but whatever. So yeah, there we go. So once the player is dead, loses all their lives, and we're just going to stop all the music, check, save the tentative score, and go over into the game over state. So let's do the game over state. Now, we're going to need sprite batch, SB, private boolean, new high score. This boolean just tells me if the high score is a valid new high score. So if it made it into the high scores table. Char, new name. This is the name that we're going to give to the new high score, if there is a new high score. Private int current char. We're going to do it like the old arcade way of entering your high scores, like one letter at a time, and then you can press up and down, whatever, to change the letter. Private bitmap font, game over font, and private bitmap font. The game over font is for the title. Font is for the letters. Go ahead and import that. So in it, let me move this down. Okay, init, sprite batch, new sprite batch, new high score is equal to save.gd.isHighscore, and then save.gd.getTentative. This is kind of redundant, I guess, because I'm using the isHighscore for its own variable, so that's kind of backwards right there, but whatever. Just in case I ever need to use isHighscore for anything else. So if new high score, new name is equal to new char, we're going to start off with the high score entering with AAA. And as you can tell, each high score can only be 3 letters long, so current char is 0. So we're going to start off, this is 0, this is 1. This is 2, and let's go ahead and create the fonts. Free type font generator. Again, gen new free type font generator. GDX.files.internal fonts / hyperspace bold.ttf. Import all of that, and the game over font is going to be size 32, and the regular font is going to be size 20. So that's pretty much it. Update, of course, first thing, handle input always. And what we're going to do here is, if we don't have a new high score, then we're just going to return. Wait, that doesn't make too much sense. I don't even know I had that in there. Never mind. So in draw, we're just going to set the sprite batch. Where is it? Set projection matrix game.cam.combined sp.begin sp.end. Okay. Make sure to import your game, not LibGDX game. I forgot, we're also going to need, what do you call it, the shape renderer, because we're going to be drawing some shapes in this class as well, shape renderer SR. So import that, and then just over here in init, let's create a new shape renderer, like that. And if we go back to the draw method, sp.begin, sp.end, string s, float w, s is equal to game over. Again, I'm doing this to try to center the string on the screen. W is game over font, .get bounds, s dot width, and game over font dot draw, sbs, game dot width minus w divided by 2, and at position 220 is fine. So that's that. And if we don't have a new high score, we're just going to do sp.end, and we're going to return. We're not going to go past, we're not going to do the entering a new high score thing. If it's not a high score, we're just going to stop it right here. Otherwise, if it is a new high score, we're going to keep going. New high score. Save.gd.getTentative score, like that. And w is font.getBounds, s dot width, and font.draw, sbs, game.width minus width divided by 2 at position 180. Okay, and after that we're going to be drawing our character array to for the user to enter their name for the high score. For inside 0, as listen new name.length I++, font.draw sb, and then character.toString. Let's move this down. One per line, one argument per line. ToString, new name I. This one's going to be 230 plus 14 times I, so move it over 14 pixels and 120 high. Like that. And sb.end. And we're also going to use this shape renderer to draw pretty much kind of arrows. Begin, so we know which letter we're currently changing. sr.begin, shape type dot line. So again, you have to be using LibGDX version 0.9.8. I don't know if the latest nightly even has a shape type dot line, so that's just a warning for everybody. We're going to do sr.line, and again, one argument per line here. So 230 plus 14 times current char, and 100. Oops. 244 plus 14 times current char, and 100. There we go. So that's pretty much it. And handle input. This is where we, of course, do all the keyboard input checking. If game keys dot is pressed, game keys dot enter. If we press the enter key, then we have to do different things. If we do have a new high score, then when we press enter, we're going to do save.gd.add high score, and we're going to do new score, and then new string using the name, new name, character array. What's this? Oh. Right. So, import game keys for a sec. So this is going to be add high score, and the first one is going to be save.gd.get tentative score. So again, this is kind of backwards the way I'm doing it, but whatever. And we're going to do save.save. Save that to the save file. Oh wait, what did I just do? I just put it in the wrong spot. Save.save. There we go. And then after that, we're just going to go back to the main menu. GameState manager.menu. So that's for the enter key. Otherwise, if we press up, game keys that is pressed, game keys dot up, and we're going to be changing the character array. This array AAA. If you press up, the character should go. Is it lower or higher? I'm not really sure, but the characters should change. If new name current char is equal to empty space. Now the character array, the character class uses this ASCII table. So if you're unfamiliar with the ASCII values, you should go ahead and look that up. New name current char is equal to Z. So pretty much when you press up and you're already on the A, when you press up it should move to the, next, lowest. The character value should decrement to the space, I guess, and then it should move back up to the Z. So else, new name current char minus minus. If new name current char is less than A, new name current char is equal to space. Oh, okay, I see what I did here. So the space isn't really what's before A, so I just made it like that here. So it's like a custom ASCII table type situation going on. So that's for key up. Game keys that is pressed. Key down is pretty much the opposite direction. I don't know why the space isn't working anymore for this part here. So if new name current char is equal to empty, new name current char is equal to A, else new name current char is equal plus plus, move it up. And if new name current char is greater than Z, gonna make it the empty character. New name current char is equal to empty. Cool. So that's game key up, down. We also need to do left and right. Game keys that is pressed. Game keys dot right. If current char is less than new name dot length -1, then current char plus plus. So we're just moving on to the next character to change, and if game keys is pressed, game keys dot left, then move in the other direction. If current char is greater than 0, then current char minus minus. So that's pretty much it. Let's see if it actually works. So right now, if we go into the high scores, it's going to be empty, and let's just play a little bit. There we go. So I have a score of 190. Game over. And it's a new high score. And over here is where I can press left and right to change the character, and up and down to try to enter my name. Let's just go with what do you call it? There we go. So if I press enter over here, if I press enter, I do have a new high score, so it's going to go through here. I'm going to add the high score, and then I'm going to save it. So press enter like that, and I get some errors. That's great. Array index out of bounds. Awesome. So what happened here? Sort high scores. This line, there's a problem with this line. I don't know what I did wrong there. Sort J plus 1, J. Maybe I did the J this wrong here. Oh, it's supposed to be J minus minus. I'm going backwards. This is J is equal to I minus 1. J is greater than or equals 0. And high scores, J is less than score. And then J minus minus. Not J plus plus. So J minus minus. My bad. Hopefully that didn't mess up the high scores. Save file. Let's see. Nope, it didn't do anything. So that's fine. So let's try it again. Let's try to get some points first. Oh! Oops. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me just kill myself here. Okay. High score, 340. And put my name in there, press enter. Hopefully it works. Okay, high scores. There we go. There's me, 340, and my name. And let's see if the sorting actually works. So first off, let me try getting a score below 340, and then kill myself. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that's 190, might as well. There we go, and let's try to get a score that's greater than 340. Oh my god, okay. Oh my god, that's the problem with the collision method that I'm using. The intersects method for polygons, it's not perfectly accurate. You saw I just went right through that small asteroid. Okay, so that's whatever. Let's do whatever. X, Y, Z. And there it is. The font kind of looks messed up. That's weird. I'm gonna have to look up the glyph stuff for that. But yeah, so that pretty much works. So I'm going to go ahead and skip this next part. I'm going to fill up the high scores list completely. And I'm going to check to see if I can actually add more high scores to the list. So yeah, I'll be right back for a second. Okay, so I have a bunch of high scores now. I just used an old high scores file that I had before. And I have a bunch of high scores in here. And now I'm going to see if I can actually replace some of these high scores. For example, this lowest one here, 20, it's by Finn. That has to go. So let's try to get a 40 in here. Or a 70, I can't get a 40. Wait, I can get a 40, my bad. Anyway, that's 70. Let's see if it works. I should kick off the lowest 20 score by Finn and replace it with the new 70 score by ABC. There we go. Got kicked off. Now, as for if there are ties, how do I know which one to get rid of? I actually don't know what's going to happen if I get a score higher than 70 and I kick one of these guys off. Sam or ABC. Let's see what happens. Higher than 70. Come on. 90. That's fine. Let's see what happens. And okay. And this guy's gonna be ZZZ. Oh, ABC got kicked off. So Sam's fine. That's fine, whatever. So the high score seems to be working. And it's replacing, it's sorting, it's all good. So that's pretty much gonna be it for this video. And so yeah, again, what we did here is in the previous video, we did the high scores. We learned how to write class instance to a file and then load up that class instance back into the game, and then the GameOverState where we can actually add high scores to the list and then save that to the file. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.